Kildesite ran a good race in defeat behind Defi Desoy and lost in translation in the JLT. What's the plan with him?
So he's come out of the race really, really well. I actually think he might be in slightly better form going to Aintree than he was Cheltenham. I didn't think that was possible, but he just seems very much full of himself. He's moving well and he's schooled brilliantly. So he's in the 2.5 and the 3 mile novice chases, you know, both grade ones. And I think it's fair to say that he ran really well at Cheltenham, but just possibly lacked that extra gear he needed down the hill. And then flew up the hill to grab 4th on the line. So we were not disappointed in any way, shape or form, but I think going forward he's probably going to be more suited to 3 miles. We've entered in the 2.5 obviously just to see if it's a weaker race. And then we've also actually given ourselves an option today of the 3 mile handicap, the race before the National. So I would imagine he'll be more 3 mile bound unless the 2.5 mile cut up dramatically, but he's in great form, and in a handicap I think he'd be rather competitive, but he is off 148 now, which is, you know, not the easiest to win a decent handicap off, but we'll see where we go.
And you think the step up in trip will bring about a bit of improvement?
Yeah, very much so. He's always been quite a horse that just sort of races nicely behind the bridle, not that he's scrubbed along, but he's never keen, so he'll settle well, and I have no reason to believe that 3 miles won't bring out more improvement. You know, he's definitely going to be a positive for him.
And Equus Secretus heads for the Topham.
He does. I mean, he's got a funny profile really for the Topham, but actually Theatre Territory, that was second in it last year, was a similar profile, and that he hasn't won yet this season. He's a novice chaser. I always thought he was, you know, a mid-140s horse really, and he's stuck in around mid-130s at the moment. For some unknown reason the season hasn't really worked out for him as of yet. I don't feel we've really had a clear run for various different reasons without there being a major problem, and so I'd quite like him to be a novice for next season. So if he didn't win the Topham, then so be it. If he did, well, you'd be happy, you know. He jumps very, very well. We ran him in earplugs last time. We'll take those out. He was almost too relaxed in his earplugs at Huntingdon. But no, it'd be exciting to have our first run over the big fences, and he's a horse that I believe will jump very well around there and hopefully give us something to shout about.
Have you schooled him over national fences?
Yeah, we schooled him up at Lambourne, and he schooled very well. Jamie Moore will ride. The sort of core of jockeys I use wouldn't do that lightweight apart from Nico, and he rides one for Nicky in it. So Jamie Moore takes the ride. He's had very few rides for me, but what he has ridden has been very good, and a good guy to have on your side, and hopefully they'll have a good time together.
Nestor Park, if the rain comes, will he head for the Grade 1 novice hurdle on Friday?
I think he'll go there pretty much whatever. I don't think he needs the rain massive. Obviously it would help him. He had a basically slightly sore knee when he last ran at Newcastle, even though he won, and I think that was plaguing him also in the Challow. So he will go for either the Grade 1 3 mile novice, or he will go for the handicap on the Saturday over 3 miles. He's in the best form I've ever had him in, and I think he'll run a massive race in whatever he runs in. I suppose, unless the 3 mile novice cuts up, the obvious route would be the handicap, because he's a very good jumper and tough sort. I don't think handicaps would faze him at all, so that would probably be the most sensible option. But he's certainly not without a shout in the big one if it, you know, cut up slightly. And
captain's in?
He has entries in both the 2.5 and the 3 mile Grade 1 novice hurdles. If the ground came up a little bit softer, he'd probably go 2.5, and if it got quicker, he'd go 3. He's done nothing but please us in his 2 hurdle races. It looked like he had a hard enough race at Utox the last time out, but he absolutely bounced out of the race. Hasn't taken anything off him, and having missed Cheltenham, I think he'll go there as a fresh horse, and a horse that's on the improve. He's still got a lot to sort of prove to warrant being a Grade 1 horse, but he, you know, he wouldn't be a long way away, I don't think. I think he's certainly got a very live each way squeak in both races.
And Nadotak ran a good race for a long way in the Albert Bartlett, and you've always said a flatter track you think might suit him better.
I think he's going to be very well suited by Aintree, whatever he runs in. Again, he's in the 3 mile Grade 1 as well as the handicap. He'll be in as well. He's in great form. Good ground will help, and flat track. He ran really well, considering, you know, that I didn't honestly, and we went very wide on him because we were concerned that his jumping wouldn't stand, but his jumping was brilliant, and so we'll be right in the thick of it now, and we'll, you know, stop almost looking after him a little bit and see what he's made of.